All right. Hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. I'm so super excited you are here. And I want you to just buckle up. Buckle up. Because this segment is the missing piece that is stopping most creators from making money. Let's talk facts right now. You don't need to go viral. I know you thought you did to make money online, but the good news is you don't. You don't need 10,000 followers. And you don't even need a full website. All you need is a product that solves a real problem with clarity and confidence. And guess what? That is what I'm going to help you create tonight. I am showing you how to create a 2025 ready digital product, the kind that sells, even if you have a small number of followers, even if you have 0 followers. Any audience will do. And if you don't have an audience either, it still will work for you because you're going to show up with confidence and you're going to share the digital product that I'm going to teach you tonight. You're going to share it and start making money, honey. Welcome to the Small Creators Takeover Tour. The small creators are taking over. Here's why I know that is true. Because gone is the day where only people who are monetized on YouTube and people who have thousands or millions of followers on TikTok and Instagram, gone is the day where they are making money. Well, let me retract that. They're going to still make money. We want them to make money. We want everybody to eat. But gone is the day where people with multiple millions of followers are the only ones that are making money. That is said correctly. Small creators are making money too. I am proof. I have less than 500 followers on YouTube and I'm making money. I have less than 200 followers on Instagram and I'm making money, because what I am teaching you is not about vanity numbers. Vanity numbers means just people who are following you for the sake of following you. What I'm talking about is building something sustainable that is going to allow you to make money no matter what is happening on social or the platforms that you are on. So if you are ready for a clear focus and an immediate win like tonight, if you're ready for the confidence to sell a product with that rich, valuable knowledge of yours, and if you want a clear, easy path to follow, you are in the right place. Would you do this for me? Would you drop in the comments where you are tuning in from? I would love to connect with you and just shout you out for being here tonight. Why do I want to shout you out? Because you could be watching TV, you could be watching the game, you could be scrolling on Instagram, but you are here because you understand with everything that is within you that you have something in your head and in your heart that you're going to use to make a lot of money. And tonight, I'm going to teach you how to build a digital product that's going to get you there. So I'm excited for you because tonight, you are going to literally walk away with how to create a digital product that actually sells in 2025. So this is not just for the small creators. If you are not a small creator and you have multiple millions of followers, this can work for you too. Because a lot of times when you get to that point, when you grow to that, you are really busy trying to manage it. And you'll lose sales because you're not building anything sustainable anymore. You're just feeding the beast. You're just trying to follow everybody that is following you now to keep them engaged and interactive and hope that they keep following you. That's not what this is tonight. This is not about people just randomly following you. This is about you making money. You making money while you are working your 9 to 5. You making money while you are going back to school. You making money while you are resting at the beach. Whatever it is you need to do with your lifing, what you will learn tonight is how to build something that's going to make money. And all you got to do is copy me. Just copy what I did. I'm giving it all to you tonight. So if you have been sitting on an idea or if you already have a digital product, either way, you need this framework for digital products that actually sells. This is not about just creating just anything. This is about creating a digital offer that solves a real problem and positions your area of expertise, and it makes you money. And here's the beautiful part. It makes you money on repeat. Y'all, it makes you money on repeat. So here's the thing. You don't need more content. You already have enough. Even if you don't have it positioned in a product yet, it's all right here. Or it's being held hostage in your journal. You already have the content, I promise you, and I'll show you where to get it from. It's there. You already smart enough. You already good enough. I just got to show you where it is. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. You don't need a digital product. You need a digital product with a clear promise. You don't need more followers. You don't need more content. You just need the right kind of product to start making money. So let's go ahead and dive all the way in. I want to go to this first scene. And I want to talk about how you can create a digital product in 2025 that actually sells. But I want to make sure that you understand clearly that the product that I'm going to teach you to create tonight is not a passion project. The product that I'm going to teach you to create tonight that is going to start making you money real soon, as early as this week. I need you to understand that it's not a passion project. It is a solution that your audience is already looking for. Because if you create something that your audience is already looking for, it's a no-brainer. It's going to match. It's going to match. What they're looking for and what you have created is going to match. It's going to match your solution to their credit card, and they're going to start paying you for it. How do I know? Because people are already online taking out their credit card. and paying other creators for solutions. So they may as well pay you. Why is your solution going to be better? Because I'm giving you the way and the framework to create it in a way that's going to make your audience win. And that's what people pay for. They pay for solutions. They pay for a win. They pay for a problem solved. And when you create your digital product based on what I'm going to teach you tonight, your audience is going to love you. They're going to be loyal to you. Why? Because you helped them solve their problem. So I want to get into why most digital products are not making money and see if you fit anywhere in this litany of reasons. And then we're going to talk about what you should be creating and what you should have in your digital product. All right. So a lot of people who already have a digital product are not making money because they're either sitting on a good idea or their inspiration that they have is not turning into income because it's not positioned to sell. In other words, even if you had a digital product right now on your desktop, if you didn't position it to sell, then it's not going to move. So yes, you are inspired and you should keep that inspiration. And I want you to keep that inspiration. But there is something specific that I'm going to teach you tonight that you need to be looking for in your digital product if you want it to move off the shelf, if you want it to move off your desktop. And guess what? It is a system that works every time. In other words, it doesn't matter what you create. You could create 3 products this week to solve 3 different problems. They all will sell because they all have the exact thing in it that causes digital products to move. And most creators have the passion, but passion without packaging won't work. And I want you to keep the passion. I want you to have it. I want you to continue on with it, but you have to have the packaging that makes your product sellable. Because if you have passion and you don't have the right packaging, then that's just noise. And I say that so respectfully. I really do. Packaging, I'm not talking about the brand and the brand colors. I'm talking about the way you are presenting it. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. So if you are stuck in excuse me so much. I'm so sorry. If you are stuck in idea mode, if you are stuck in content mode, if you are stuck in motivation mode, but you're not in money mode, that's what we're going to fix tonight. It's time to shift a little bit. So you're going to need your pencil. You're going to need your paper because this is a night that you're going to want to take notes. Because what I'm sharing with you tonight, yes, I teach it in my challenge and we'll talk about the challenge a little later. But there's something that I want you to have right now so that you can start seeing some traction and some wins right away. So guess what? Guess what, y'all? You do not need to be famous. You do not need to have 1 million followers. You do not even need to have a full course. You don't need that. Even though you aspire to be a course creator, put that on the shelf. Keep that in your dream journal. But that's not what we're doing right now. We're creating something that you can sell right away. So if whatever your knowledge or your expertise is, we're creating something that's going to allow you to make sales, make money. Copy mine. I'm going to give you exactly what you need. Kristen is here tonight. She is the moderator and she will be connecting with you all throughout the chat. So feel free to add your comments, your aha moments, and your questions. She will be right there by your side, letting me know who's with us because we are family, honey. I'm never going to stop creating ways for you to succeed in life and in business. And so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, once you make a shift from confusion to clarity, then your content is going to change. And that's what we want to do. We want the packaging to be right. We want our content to be right. That's right, Kristen, right by your side. She'll be there in the chat, rooting you on, helping you, guiding you, and assisting you if you need it. So now let's get into creating the kind of digital product that sells. Before I take you through it, to take you through the specifics, I want you to go ahead and think about right now what you know a lot about. What problem can you solve? So in the chat, let's go ahead and manifest this, y'all. In the chat, write what you would create a digital product about. If you are a teacher and you want to write about classroom management, just write classroom management. If you are a baker and you want to write about how to make a souffle that does not flop, write bake souffles. Put in the chat whatever it is that you are going to create your digital product on. That's so very important. Even if you only have a general idea, I'll take you through the steps of what needs to be inside of the digital product so that it sells, but you need to own it tonight. And even if you change your mind tomorrow, if you put it in the chat now, as I am beginning to give you the layout of what needs to be in your digital product, you'll make the connection from what you typed in to what I'm saying. So it doesn't have to be now, but throughout, go ahead and own it and type in the chat for me what you're writing your digital product on, what solution you're providing in your digital product. All right, so let's go into the specifics of what you need. So I'm going to give you right now the 3-part framework of a 6-figure digital product. Now, there are quite a few different things that you will need inside your digital product, and we will deep dive into that in our challenge. Our challenge is going to start Monday. It's the 16th through the 20th, 1 hour each day. 5 moves I'm going to teach you to start making money with the digital product that I'm teaching you to create tonight. And inside the challenge on day 2, I'm going to do a deep dive on all the things that you need for your digital product. I'm even going to give you the template where all you have to do is just plug and play your content in the template to start selling it. But right now I want to go through the 3 parts you definitely need in your digital product if you want it to sell. Now, if you did not start a product at all, this will work for you. If you have a product out there that's not really selling, this will work for you. If you have a product out there that's kind of selling, make these adjustments and you're going to see that the product is going to skyrocket. So what you definitely need in every single digital product that you create are these 3 things. And that is the pain point, the promise, and the process. And I'm going to deep dive into each one of these for you tonight. You have to understand your audience's pain point. If you don't understand your pain point, you're not creating what they need. They're definitely not going to buy it from you. You have to understand exactly what your audience is complaining about, what they are struggling with, where their trauma is. And so the problem, the achievement, or the happy place they're trying to get to, that's their pain point. So I want you to think about, what do you know a lot about? Who did God call you to serve? And what is the pain point that they are experiencing? I'm going to give you an example in just a bit. But right now, if you're taking notes, please understand that the 3 things, the 3-part framework that you have to have in your digital product, if you want it to sell, you have to understand the pain point. You have to understand the promise, and we're going to deep dive into that in just a bit. And you have to understand the process. You have to have that already ready to go when you present your product to your audience to purchase it. All right, let's go ahead and deep dive into each one of them. Remember, the pain point is going to be the problem that they want to solve, the goal that they want to achieve, or the happy place they want to get to that they haven't gotten to yet. The promise is the solution that your digital audience wants. It's what they want, and they are willing to pay for. They're willing to pay for it. People have their credit cards ready, searching for people just like you who are on the live, just like you who are on the replay. They are searching for solutions, and it may as well pay you, right? But you got to have the kind of digital product that is going to sell. So the promise is the solution that your digital product claims can happen for your audience. And the process is just the method by which your customer will follow to get the results. If you have those 3 things in your digital product, you're going to sell it over and over and over and over again while you're working, while you're running at the beach, while you're folding the clothes, while you're brushing your teeth. You're making money, honey. because your digital product is set up correctly. So let me go ahead and I want to deep dive so that you can understand exactly what each one of these, what each part of this framework, what each part of this framework actually looks like. Trust me, you are going to be able to sell your digital product faster and go much farther than you've ever been because you have the exact things that you need in that digital product to sell it. So whether you have an idea only or your digital product is held hostage in your computer, put these things in it and you're going to start making money. All right, let's go into let's go into framework part 1. So the first thing I want to talk about is the pain point. Let's go ahead and deep dive into that right now. What I will say to you is this: when you have all 3 of those parts, you're going to have a 2025 ready offer. And I will say this to you before I deep dive into part 1, the pain point. Can I just say this to my friends? If you are in a place right now where you are still all over the place, or you're still struggling to really actually believe that you are enough or you have enough, and you're listening to me and it sounds like, yeah, whatever, this sounds all great, but it cannot be me. I have been there before. What I will say to all my friends that are still struggling with, I don't know if it's good enough yet, or if you're struggling with imposter syndrome, imposter syndrome means you really don't believe that you are qualified to teach the people in a way that you should earn their money for what you have to offer. You don't really feel like you're qualified to do it. And let me just dispel that myth for you right now. If you've already created the transformation for yourself, if you already see results in what you have discovered, it's not imposter syndrome if it works. If you can prove it works, you're not an imposter. Like when I first left teaching for the first time, because I left teaching three times. But when I left teaching the first time, I had imposter syndrome like you would never believe, because I did not go to Wharton Business School. I did not go to Harvard Business School. I felt like, well, I'm just a teacher. Who's going to believe what I have to say about being in business? But I got over it, because I found people who needed what I had to offer, and what I was sharing with them, y'all, it worked for them. So when I start seeing the big wins in their life, baby, I'm not an imposter. I'm a teacher that figured something out, and I use my skills as a teacher to present it. All the things I learned as a teacher, I brought over into business, honey. I can teach anything complicated and make it so easily digestible. I think that's why I'm such a great online business coach. And it's not an humble brag. People are seeing results. And so I don't have to feel like I'm an imposter anymore, because people are getting results. And what you are going to get is actual money in the bank with the framework that I'm teaching you tonight, because you're going to transform your digital products so that they are sellable. I want you to make money. I want you to finally be relieved from that financial trauma. And if you want to keep your career, keep it. There's no reason why you can't have multiple streams of income. But what I will tell you is this: you do not have to wait until you're 62 and then your employer give you a portion of all the hard work you did over 30 years and say, good, live off of that. Heck to the now. You can make money now with your valuable knowledge and keep your job and invest in stocks. Why not have multiple different streams of income? Why not create something that's making you money passively that you don't have to actively be involved in while you are building your life and you are building your business? Okay, so what I want to say to my people who are still doubting before I move into these 3, because this framework is going to This framework, y'all, is going to change your life. This framework is going to give you a digital product that is going to shift you. Trust me on this. I want to say to my doubters, if you are still thinking I'm an imposter, or I'm not good enough, or what I have is not enough, or nobody really wants what I have to offer, I want you to understand what faith really is. Faith is making a move to do something to get what you want before you see the proof that is going to happen. Can I say that again? Faith is moving in the direction to do something to get what you want, even though you don't see the proof that what you want is there or even possible. So even if you have imposter syndrome, or you don't feel like you're good enough, or you don't feel like you are smart enough, or you don't feel like what you have is enough, you put this framework together anyway. And hold it until you're ready to push it out. But at least you'll have it. That's what faith is. Move on what I'm saying tonight. Build the digital product with the framework I'm giving you tonight. And then go from there. But faith is saying, I believe something is going to happen for me. I believe I will be able to make money with my knowledge. And Angela Tesla is going to give me the exact framework to do it. So we're moving on faith tonight. All right. If you're moving on faith, give me a thumbs up. If you're saying, Angela, I'm all in. Girl, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm all in. You clicked on this video for a reason. The video thumbnail said, just copy mine. I'm giving you the framework to build a sellable offer where you can start making money right now. And so this is what I would tell you. In a few weeks, the first half of 2025 is going to be gone. So what I'm telling you is, if you put this framework to work, if you're willing to move out on faith, if you're willing to make a move, you're going to make, it's potential. You have the potential to make. I'm going to say it by faith. You're going to make more money in the second half of 2025 than you made all of 2024. Why not? Why not? It's possible. All things are possible to him that believe. All right. So now that we laid the groundwork, now that we laid the framework, let's talk about exactly what your digital product should be comprised of, what it should include so that it can move off the shelf. All right. You got to get that digital product and it's got to start moving. All right. The first thing you need to do with your digital product is make sure that you are addressing a specific pain point. So very important. If it's not a pain point, then people are not going to purchase it. They're going to take their money out. They're going to take their credit card out. They're going to order it because they're sick of the pain. If you teach how to lower your blood pressure because you had a high blood pressure and you were on medicine for years and you got tired of taking the medicine because of all the side effects. And you figured out through trial and error, through research, through all the things that you did to get to the point to where you lowered your blood pressure. And now you don't have any blood pressure issues and you're not taking any medicine for it. You know, millions of people are taking blood pressure medicine. So if you figured it out, then you know that there's a pain point for millions of people who are suffering with high blood pressure or can't take the medicine because of the side effects. And they don't even know how they're going to make it. They don't even know how they're going to make it from day to day. That's a pain point. Dying from high blood pressure is a pain point. Okay. So it's a no-brainer that if you figured it out and you can communicate that effectively, it's a no-brainer that solution is there for the taking as soon as you get it out there. Okay, so as long as you know that there's a pain point, you can you can build a digital product behind it. All right. So your digital product must start with one clear problem that your customer wants to solve, or one clear goal that your customer wants to achieve, or one clear happy place that your customer wants to get to. You find that and you create a real solution for it. You got money. All right. So what do you need first? You need a clear pain point. You got to detect it. And it needs to match what you are expert in, what you are an expert in. Okay. Let's go to the second part of the framework. So super important. And I'm going to take some time on this one because the second part of the 3-part framework for a sellable digital product is the promise. And I'm going to deep dive on this one because this is the part that's going to really make you some money. This is the part that you're probably missing if you have a digital product and you're not making any money right now. This is the part that's probably missing. Okay, maybe you found your pain point. You know exactly what your customer is suffering with. But this part right here, I guarantee you, if you're not making any money, it's because this part is missing. All right, let's deep dive into the promise. I want to teach you something. So if you're taking notes, get ready, because this is a note taking. This is a, where's my ding? Here it is right here. All right, here we go. What you need is to be able to make a promise to your customer, and you're going to relay that promise in your messaging. When you show up on TikTok, when you show up on YouTube, when you show up in your blog, when you show up on social media, when you show up on your newsletter, when you show up on your podcast, you need to be making a promise that is music to your customers' ears. But you don't have your promise figured out. There's a messaging problem. And how do you create the promise? You create it with what I call a PPD, and that stands for a power pivot declaration. Let me get it on the screen for you. It's a power pivot declaration, not that one. This one. All right. It's your PPD. I'm going to teach you how to create it. I'm going to teach you how to comprise it, how to get it out into a one-liner that will become your promise. And whatever that promise is, that's what you're going to relay to your customer. And hear me when I say this. When they hear it, they're going to be like, where is my wallet? Somebody get my purse. This person gets me. This person has the solution to what I need. So remember, you have to be clear on your promise, and your customer has to know what that promise is. And that promise has to address whatever pain point they're going through. Well, how do you get to your promise? You get to your promise through your power pivot declaration. All right. What does that mean, Angela? Well, I'm going to show you. Here's what I want you to do. Your PPD is a unique message that says, I help, and then fill in this blank, whoever it is you serve. I help blank. That could be first-year teachers, single moms, new mothers, pregnant women over 50, runners, people who want to lose 50 pounds, people who want to grow their hair back. I help who? People who want to make money in stocks, people who want to grow an online business. That will be my people. So I help women in particular, all right, women of faith. I'm niching it down even more. I help women of faith who want to grow an online business. All right. So I help blank, that's who you serve, go from blank, whatever that undesired state is, whatever that pain point is, to blank, whatever they want to achieve, so that they can blank, so that they can have an outcome that matters to them. They don't care how long it took for you to create it. Please don't talk about that. Nobody cares. They don't care if you woke up 5 o'clock in the morning to work on your product. Nobody cares about that. They want to hear that part that says, oh, I can go from blank to blank, so I can blank. Yes, I wanted that download. Yes, I want to go ahead and buy that. Yes, I want to order that from her. All right. Let me show you what that looks like in real time. I'm going to fill in the blanks for you. Okay. As a matter of fact, how about I do this for you? How about I create an example of what this would look like? So I'm going to type it in for you. All right. I'm going to type it in for you because I love you just that much. All right. So I'm going to say, here's my example. I help, let's say we help first-year teachers. Now, why am I saying first-year teachers? I can say I help teachers. That's way too broad, because teachers have beyond multiple of problems. So if you just say on your Instagram page or on TikTok, I help teachers, then they're going to keep scrolling, because they have all kind of problems. You did not pinpoint a pain point that they are experiencing individually. And so they have no reason to connect with you. So I'm going to say I help first-year teachers. All right. I help them go from, how about this? I help them go from overwhelmed, and unsure to confident. I like it. to confident. What else? And in control. See where I'm going with this? So they can create a calm, structured classroom. Like it. They actually, watch this, enjoy teaching in. All right, I'm going to add this to the screen. Oh, that's too big. Hold on. All right, let's go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. All right, now watch me. Watch me go from this PPD prompt to the actual answer. So here's your power pivot declaration. It's the pivot that you're taking your customer from one state to another. Okay, so I help blank. I help first year teachers go from blank, what desired state? Go from overwhelmed and unsure to what desired state? Confident and in control, so they can what? So they can create a calm, structured classroom that they can actually enjoy teaching in. Now that's for you. Please don't put this on a billboard. It's too much. But you need to understand what you are doing. So your power pivot declaration is for you. What we are going to do is turn this power pivot declaration, which really breaks down and explains exactly what your digital product is for, and we're going to turn that into a promise that is going to resonate with your audience. And once they hear the promise, they're going to stop scrolling just long enough to hear what you have to say. And if you're talking right, they're going to take their wallet out and they're going to buy it. All right. So the power pivot declaration, filling in these prompts is going to give you exactly what your digital product is for. Now we're going to turn that into what you're saying to your customer, not your customer yet, to your audience. And that is your promise. So how can I break this down into a promise? I'm going to take all of this, which is for me to know. Please it's not for your customer. Now you can take a few snippets of it and turn it into shorts. That's for another day. What I want to talk about is how to take this and turn it into exactly what the promise is going to be for your audience. So I'm going to take this power pivot declaration, which is what I'm creating my digital product for, which is what I'm actually doing with this digital product. And the promise for the teachers is this. Confident first year teachers start here. Transform chaos into control and build a powerful classroom climate. That right there is a great way to start promising what your audience, what those teachers who you are serving, what they're going to be able to do. I'm already interested. I'm already going to stop scrolling because I heard you say confident first year teachers. If I'm a first year teacher and I'm struggling and I'm crying in the car all the way to work every day, then when I see confident first year teacher on your Instagram page or on your Instagram post or on your TikTok post, I'm gonna stop scrolling because I'm tired of going to work every day upset and crying because I don't want to go face these children. So when you say confident first year teachers, you already got my attention. And then you say transform chaos into control. Where's my wallet? Do you see how taking your power pivot declaration, turning it into a promise that your audience can resonate with? Do you already see how you're getting closer to the money? Right? Do you already see how you're getting closer to the money, friend? All right. So whatever your power pivot declaration is, and here's the prompt. If you are taking notes, take a screenshot of it if you need to. But this is what you need to fill in before you do. Please don't try to sell your digital product without having this already locked down, because it's not going to resonate. It's not going to sell. It's not going to sell. You have to have this part, your power pivot declaration. You have to have it figured out. Your PPD, honey, it's all about the PPD. You get the PPD figured out, then you can turn that PPD into a promise. Okay? So you need a promise. You need a pain point. Got to know what that pain point is. And you need a promise. Okay. Now, once you get your power pivot declaration all figured out, and then you turn it into that statement into a promise for them, the promise usually can be the title of the digital product. In other words, this digital product can be literally from chaos to control, positive classroom climate. How to get a positive classroom climate. All right. From chaos to control, how to get a positive classroom climate. If I'm a first-year teacher and I'm crying on the way to work every day, I'm going to literally consider buying this, especially if it's on $27. Remember, your digital product that you're going to create is not going to be over 50 and it's not going to be under 20. Under 20, it shows that you don't even see it valuable in yourself. But over 50, it's going to cause them to want to think about it a little bit. Nobody's going to grapple over $27 if they really feeling the pain. Just saying. Right? Okay, so you have your pain point, you have your promise, and the next part, which is so super important, you need to have your process. So let's stick with the product that says chaos to confidence. How to, what did we name it? Let me go back. Well, I think we named it, We named it chaos to control, right? How to build a positive or powerful classroom climate. Let's say, for instance, you are a teacher and that's what you are building. First-year teachers are going to want it. Now, is this going to be enticing to a veteran teacher? Like I taught 18 years. My 18th year, I didn't need that, right? I was looking for something more on the lines of how to leave the classroom. Okay. All right. But first-year teachers are among us. First-year teachers, they pop up every year and they're going to need that, especially if you are in your messaging, you are talking their language, exactly what they're going through. Right. So when you're on TikTok and you have a skit and you said, Johnny, sit down. And then your husband or your cousin is playing the role of the kid and Johnny won't sit down. They're going to resonate with that. And then in the link, you're going to have chaos to control, how to build a powerful classroom climate. She is going to buy it. She is going to buy it. So here's what I want you to have next. You have your pain point. You have your promise. Now you're going to need the process. That's part 3. Remember, it's a 3-part framework. The process is the exact steps that you have already figured out that this poor first-year teacher needs to do to take control of her classroom again. And you're going to literally lay out that process in your digital product. Now, let me just say this to you. If your process is a billion-word thesis, it's not going to work for her. She doesn't have time to read all of that. It needs to be step 1, step 2, step 3, maybe step 4, step 5, things that actually work that she can consume, implement the next day, and then find you on TikTok and say, I don't know who this lady is, but Johnny sat down the first time I told him to. I don't know who this lady is, but everybody literally came to the carpet and sat in their perfect carpet spot with no noise. I don't know who this lady is, but when I said line up for recess, they went all over the place yelling and screaming. You need to create something that's going to give your audience an immediate win. It has to be an immediate win. And if it is, not only they're going to trust you, they're going to tell other people about you. They're going to become your customer evangelist and they're going to buy your next thing, which may be perhaps coaching or group coaching or an event. See where I'm going with this? So you need to have your pain point, you need to have your promise ready to go, and you need to have that process. You have those 3 things in your digital product, it is going to sell, just like I laid out for you. Just like I laid out for you. Now, ultimately, your digital product must deliver on what the promise is. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I say this respectfully. If you're really good at pinpointing the pain, if you're really good at creating that promise, but your process is crappy, and they're not getting in the results, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Create something that you know that works, because it takes all three of these to have a winning, sellable digital product that's going to make you some money. It can't be 1 out of 3. It can't be 2 out of 3. It's got to be 3 out of 3, friend. You have to have a solid pain point that you can solve. You have to have a promise that they're going to be able to relate to, and you have to have a process that works. Now, why don't I need a big audience, Angela, to do that? Because when you start relaying this message of your promise, when you start showing up on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or your newsletter, people who need it are going to start paying attention. They're going to become your audience. But they're not going to become your audience until you get this locked down first. In other words, people show up and just do random things thinking it's going to automatically build them some kind of momentum and they're going to start making some money. That's not how it works. You got to show up with a solution, and that's how you build your audience. Most people think I'm just going to show up, people are going to love me, I'm just going to say random things that I'm passionate about, and people are going to start getting my freebie. No, they're not. You have to be able to relate messages to your audience that resonate with them. You got to talk their language. Give the people what they want. Isn't that a song? Give the people what they want. Have a digital product to back it up, and they will buy it. All right. So you don't even need a big audience to do that. If you are on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, if you're on YouTube, continuously talking about that pain, you got to talk about the pain. People are going to stop and say, how does she know I just went through that today? Lord have mercy. I just experienced that last week. First, they're going to subscribe. They're going to like. They're going to comment. If you see somebody subscribing, if you see somebody liking, if you see somebody commenting, you're on the right track. Keep showing up as that. That's how you build your audience. You don't just show up randomly on any platform you want. Start saying random things and hope for the best. Don't do that. And you know I love you. And I'm only telling you this because I love you. I got to tell you the truth. I can't lie to you. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be automatic and you're just going to blow up overnight. You got to find your person. And your person is that person that's already looking for you. I think that makes sense. If it makes sense, give me a thumbs up. You got to find your person, and it has to be the person already looking for you. In other words, you build something that is already based on what people are already looking for. Automatic money. This is a shift for you. I'm not here to just inspire you, and hopefully I am. I'm not just here to motivate you, and hopefully I am. I'm giving you inspiration. I'm giving you motivation, but more importantly, I'm giving you tactical information, because these three parts, if you don't have them in your product, if you don't have them in your digital product, you're not going to make any money on it. But if you have it in your product, and I see some thumbs up, yes, friends, if you have your pain point picked out, if you have your promise all ready to go that your audience is looking for, and if you have a process that actually works, how can you not make money? And if you're showing up without any of these things, that's probably the breakdown. All right? This is a shift for you. You're going to take your story, your experiences, and your expertise, and your processes, which is your skill, and you're going to turn it into a digital product that's going to make money for you. All right. You are not just motivating people. You're helping them move. Who are you called to serve? Because if you just hold your expertise and your knowledge, if you just hold it hostage in your journal or on your desktop, is that really fair to your audience? No. Is that even fair to your bank account? Since you could have been rich. You could have been making an extra $1,000 a month. Get it out there, but get it out there. When I say it, I mean digital product. Get the digital product out there using the framework that I gave you tonight. So said the late, great Bernie Mac. All right. Now, I go through this with you in my challenge. As a matter of fact, on day 2 of the challenge, not only will you create a digital product using this framework that I gave you, you don't even have to create the actual framework. I'm going to give it to you like a template. And so every page, you're just filling in the blanks with your area of expertise. I mean, that digital that digital product template alone is worth the $97 you're going to pay. But you're not going to just get the template. You're going to get the template. You're going to get how to sell it. You're going to get what to do. You're going to get what to say. You're going to get how to show up. You're going to get all those things, because I'm not just giving it to you for you to put it on your desktop and say, oh, that's great, I'm glad I created that. You need to make money. Like the financial trauma of our economy is real. And what you have, that area of expertise, can I just say this to you? It's your way out. If I'm talking right, talk to me in the chat. Your area of expertise is your way out. Can I just say this? Your content is your way out. And so what I would love for you to do is get in the challenge so that you can get this done in real time. What that means is day one of the challenge, we're going to talk about how to think like a six-figure creator. We're going to use my money mindset map to put your six figures in place. Then we are going to day two, create the digital product using the template. Day three, we're going to set that product up on a platform, all in one platform. It's going to take you 10 minutes to set up. Day four, we're going to talk about the BMW business model workflow of what you're going to do every day to sell your digital product. And day five, I'm going to talk about the 3 specific ways that you're going to capture your money. Y'all, it is really that simple. And I'm so excited that you are here tonight to see exactly what's possible for you. I'm so super excited for you. Y'all, I'm telling you right now, this digital product that you're getting ready to create is about to make you some money. Now, we are on day 10 of the Small Creators Takeover Tour. And we have, oh my gosh, 4 more days to go. Y'all, this has been one of the most exhilarating and tiring and happy and committed things I've ever done since I've been in business. To go live 14 days straight is not for the faint heart, but I'm so glad I did, because it's not just helping you, it's helping me. Every time I go live and I see people on the live and on the replay and I see the comments of how it's helping, it gives me life. It is my life fuel, because not only am I serving you in a way that fulfills my purpose, but it fuels my passion. And it gives me an opportunity to make money from a profit opportunity in the marketplace, because online education is the best way to make money on your own. Even if you have a job, even if you don't, even if you are if staying at home and being a mother and taking care of your home, if that's your career, because that's a job too. Don't say it's not a job, because it is. Whatever it is you're doing in your 9 to 5, or whatever it is you're doing on your own time, create a space to make money passively. And this, what I taught you tonight, is exactly how to do that. So you can join the challenge. We start Monday, the 16th. The link is in the description for you to join it. Tomorrow night, we talk about how to build out the platform to put this digital product that you're creating, where to put it, why to put it there. So nice and easy. We're going to do it. And you're going to be like, Angela, could it be that simple? Yes, it could be that simple. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm so super excited for you. Now you should know exactly how to build a digital product in 2025 that's going to make you some money. I will see you tomorrow night for Build, where we will talk straight through all the steps to get your product out into the world so people can buy it. I will see you tomorrow night. Bye for now.